Hello, this is Stockfather, and I made sure I pressed record. Spy. That's all I can think of is spy. Anyway, I said I was going to go somewhere in this box. It seemed to have been like right in the freaking center of it. So, um, I pictured it being more around 400, but it appears that it's done that in the futures market after hours. So, and as you can see, there's extreme weakness starting to show here. So I think we're going to get this down curve. I think they sold, this was a big sell off, and then slightly after, let's see if it's easier to, this big sell off here, and then after, even after hours, they continued to sell off quite a bit more than they normally would on after hours. Yeah, I don't think we're going to hold up here at all. And from my previous video, they were probably going to go up. From yesterday morning, or from today, from the morning earlier, over the weekend, I decided that it probably was going to come up and do this and give people a bullish outlook, easier to sell into them, and it actually causes a more dramatic effect. So, what do I mean by more dramatic effect? That's what I wanted to go into, and yeah, to me, it's brutal. I think we're going to have this very brutal. We have this distribution that has a UTAD on it, and that it came down and it did an LPSY. These are usually how big they are, and they happen near the top, and then it's a plunge, right? It's a brutal plunge. And if I can ever find the tool that I want to use, you'll see the plunge too. So it's going to come pretty much straight down, like dramatically. I mean, of course there's going to be pauses in between, but it will probably bounce off of this and then come up and continue down. And this hike could still come up in tomorrow and go a little bit higher, but I'm imagining it's going to do it in after hours because it's easier to take down after hours. I wouldn't be surprised if we're like pretty far down before the day even starts. It would actually shock me if it was that way. The reason I'm doing this tonight, I don't know how much time I'll have available tomorrow to go over this. So I thought we were, if we would have stayed on this path, we probably would have reflected off of this and tested this some. But I think this is off the table now. I think it's completely off the table. I think we won't have our reaction until about 373, and that will be brutal. And then we'll have our Christmas push-up, right? it's they've set it up perfect to where they can say it had a Christmas push-up, which will mostly react off this other side. So because after that, this thing just we just go down, and then it'll decide from here what it's going to do. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think this is, when you look at the larger picture, we're completely out of the uptrend. We're not going back into it. Probably relieve that too. So we're just in this downtrend. This was just another part of the wave in that. Why I accidentally hit that? Well, what am I going to change currencies for. And we're just trucking it down. Um, yeah, there's some outliers and stuff, but yeah, after this point here, after it does this, I know this isn't going to hold. Um, Probably won't even act like it. It might give some little indicator here, but I don't. I mean, it's going to blow right past it. Kind of like our. I don't know where a good spot would be to give an example. I don't think we have a good example. Maybe this one. It was like it was going to stop here, had a small reaction. I thought kind of like this coming down. I think, yeah, almost the same. I kind of see, but continuation downwards this time. So maybe a reaction when we get down here. We'll see. That's a far way to fall. Yeah, I could see some pretty wild stuff happening. But this is pretty main. Yeah, if you want to think like what's the max it could probably fall, or where the we're pretty much from here. So I mean, it almost looks the same with like what I'm imagining. So I'll do a quick little cloney drag or whatever they call that stupid words pattern thing. I'll just grab it from where I see it and take it down. See how much it lines with what I'm seeing, how much off it is. Um, yeah, and that gets us down to here, which I think we won't hold at all. So that's probably a more realistic version of what we're going to see. And it's funny because it does come right down to this line here that I'm looking at. Yeah, so we might have a slight push up tomorrow. I don't think so. I think it's going to be an after hours. Come down, and there's just no stopping this thing. There's nothing going to stop it until we hit down here. It's a brutal thing. And then this LPSY will be the last one before it pushes down, and then we'll have shrinking iterations, just like Booksy always points out. You have this one, smaller ones, and then eventually it'll get small enough where it kind of catches, but this one may not do it justice. It I think the count back when we were counting, it was 290 was where clearly thinking's count on point figure went. I don't think we'll break through here. I think it'll be, we'll go into next year doing some up and down stuff into this thing down to the 290 bottom. But yeah. One person then a while back said, I was calling for 200s, and I said, give it time, we're not out of the woods yet. So, this thing's probably going to start breaking downwards here soon. It's got some pretty negative Moxie indicator. It's the only indicator I like to use now. We can get rid of this one too. This one's going to drop. They have this weird thing that happened. I don't know what it is. I haven't followed SPY enough, but it was like some kind of contract change up here. Put this thing here, whatever the hell this is, contract switch, whatever that means. That basically dehooked this and pushed it up. I don't know. I don't understand it. If somebody does, please explain it to me because it's very bizarre. Because otherwise, it's following everything just slightly higher, and it's just weird to me. I don't know if it meant that they sold off. I don't know. I don't know what the heck it means. But pretty much this was our top today, and then it's curving in after hours, and I think it's going to come down and And after hours, we may see. I mean, it's just not going to stop. It's just just brutal. I think if we start any lower than where we started the day, uh, it's just going to be a brutal thing down to 373.30. It might be different cents or whatever. I don't know, or but around there. So um, if you didn't get the puts by the end of the day, uh, get out of your calls. I would soon. Um, well, you'll feel it in the morning. Just follow the direction, and just know once we hit this line that we're eventually going to get a pretty significant bounce. Uh, it will be another. I don't know if it is be as big as the last one. I'm kind of imagining it being slightly less, but it could do that. Because the more significant this is, I think the more dramatic the fall down is. So, kind of on this, my plan is to ride the puts down. I got today to the 373, and then get out and kind of watch for watch a couple of days of it going up, maybe a week of it kind of pushing up, and then jump back in some really long outputs, and maybe shoot for this level, and then long outputs for 348 when it's up to here. It'll be a gold mine if played correctly going into next year. So there you have it. Some Stockfather entertainment and educational video BS. Take it for what you will. It looks like the perfect setup to me. It pretty much did what I thought it was going to do today. I got out a little early because I had to leave and I couldn't watch it, and it was one of those days where you had to watch it really, really close. But I got out early, but I got back in time to get my puts in case it goes down overnight. However, I had to get out early because it was on the verge of where I was, where my stop loss was, and I wanted to take some profit before I left, and I didn't want to leave anywhere without watching it. It seems like every time I do, something terrible happens to to me. So, yeah. But anyway, that's enough of me. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope these puts do you right. Don't forget there is a tip jar in there. I know some of you guys haven't forgotten, so I appreciate it. Beth, calling you out. Thanks. Really appreciate it. But I hope this, gives some people, and you can write it up if you want to with calls, but I don't know how high it's going to go, so I'm going to wait for the pullback is good enough for me after it hits down there. But on that, I hope this helps somebody out. Hope they kind of learn something from this. If you look up any Wyckoff schematic with a UTAD, you'll see it. This little LPSY always goes up first near the top of the UTAD, and it's just gonna be reckless. It's just crazy what this thing's looking like it's gonna do. So enjoy it if you can. But yeah, no question in my mind what's going to happen. I think starting tomorrow. It could hold out and sell more up here if they didn't do it. I just don't see it happening. I see, well, they are kind of making headway, but they're kind of reaching the top of the. That's probably a little off. I'm getting kind of close to the top of the down wave. They might touch that. And I actually had a pin did something on the 13th. Is that tomorrow? So we might go up tomorrow. I had a thing in here where I thought that it might pin or might have the reaction on the top. Forgot all about it. So I don't think that's an overnight. Is that an overnight? No. This is only overnight right in here. Anyway, that could have been a day off. Who knows when I planted that? It's been a while. Sorry. But yeah, it could push up a little bit more, but it's not gonna hit our edge on this. I don't think. We already have enough of the down movement. These both had controlling bottoms. This had just a much larger UTED, and the LPSY was pretty decent. Didn't have much of an LPSY here. Looks like it got stopped. This was kind of like a weird stopping place. I think this is the first place it could have stopped. So it did and had its reaction. Before I was looking at this area, but now that I look more at it, it does look like this is kind of where it could have the reaction. Maybe go as high as this. I don't want to put that back on there and see if that's what it was. Sorry. So I'd mark it out more like this side, where the height that would go, but that's pretty damn close. So maybe you can't play the upside on that. I'm just a little worried because, I wouldn't hold anything. I wouldn't hold anything in after hours. That's for sure. So if you got day trades, go for the upside when we come down here. And this is going to be brutal. It's either tomorrow or the next day. I think we're going to get it over tonight. Sorry. I think we're going to get a overnight low, new low, at least recent low, to where, it's going to be no question. And, once it opens up, we'll have a lot of people jumping off ship, and once they've all jumped up, that's when we'll get the reaction, and they all jump back in to have the final reaction onwards. Anyway, knowing the market psychology helps a lot. Understanding, putting yourself in the place of the deposit operator, or EMU that Booksy calls anyway, I really just hope this helps someone, and we get a lot of excitement going in the morning. Anyway, on that, catch you on the flip side.